What is good, internet? It is Spirit of Paradox here, and welcome back to another video. And I have got to say, I am really happy with this issue. So much love in this issue for me. I'm happy with this issue. I really am. We got homage to the original Ultimate Universe and an Ultimate Universe book in particular, which we will get into later. We got to see the debut of the new Ultimate She-Hulk. We've also got to see some world lore pages that I'm going to be reading really soon in this issue as well. And we also got potentially a theory about why this Hulk has become a monk and why history might have potentially repeated itself for this Hulk. But anyway, if you guys are fans of the Ultimate Universe, clearly you guys know about me by now. I cover both the original and the new Ultimate Universe on the channel, so make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's begin. The story begins with the birth of the Hulk in the Pacific Proving Grounds. Here we see the well-known gamma explosion going off, with Bruce Banner being caught in the blast. For what reason though, we do not know yet. As the explosion goes off, people in a nearby village, enjoying time with their family, see the explosion in the distance, shocked with its color and size. The shockwave finally reaches them, but the thing is, this is the Ultimate Universe, so this origin of the Hulk has a darker twist to it. As the explosion reaches the atmosphere, green gamma snow begins to fall from the sky, contaminating anything it lands upon, vegetation, people, and begins to start turning them green. So, in this universe, Bruce Banner is not the only Hulk who got created from the gamma explosion. Bruce might have taken the blast directly, but these people turn into Hulks through the fallout from the blast. So, here we have two lore pages about what's happened to this island. If you would like to skip this, I will have the timestamp pinned in the comment below. And if you would like to hear all of this, enjoy. Document confidential. Number 62 of 400 copies. To Castle Gamma 3.1 Oversight Committee. Operation Gamma Report Number 1. Document confidential. Number 62 of 400 copies. To Castle Gamma 3.1 Oversight Committee. Operation Castle Gamma Report Number 1. All names associated with this document and operation are now classified. Following the detonation of the Banner Uralim Gamma Bomb, final yield of 22.8 megatons in classified. On classified, the nearby inhabited island of classified was bathed in 80 million tons of radioactive fallout, composed primarily of pulverized coral, water, and gamma particles. It fell from the atmosphere as a fine snow-like powder. 459 men and women were exposed, and the entire island was contaminated, making it the most gamma-concentrated area on Earth. Though a smaller and less direct dose than the one experienced by Director Banner, long-term exposure has already resulted in dramatic changes to flora and fauna. Specimens of random weird words that I cannot pronounce, I apologize people, were observed with mass 300% above normal range. The impact on vegetation appears to be even greater, with entirely new species observed every day. Attached, you will find detailed notes, photos, and measurements of mutations found. But to put it simply, everything is getting bigger and more aggressive. So much so that the men have even started calling it Monster Island. And Monster Island is traditionally known to Godzilla from the Showa era, if anybody wanted to know. The effect on the human population has been unpredictable and particular. Some subjects showed immediate signs of gamma sickness. This was especially true of the children, many of whom had innocently rubbed radioactive dust into their skin. Just one day post-exposure, ragged burns rose up on their bodies, described as angry reflections of the island itself. See attached photos. These subjects exhibited vomiting, increased stool production, hair loss, withering, begging, shrieking, disorientation, aggression, and anxiety. Within 14 days, half of the human subjects were dead. Necropsy was performed, and in all cases, cause of death was found to be gamma poisoning. Minor psychological and behavioral changes were observed in some of the surviving cohorts. While others appeared unaffected, psychological changes included skin color and texture, unevenly distributed increases in mass, and the appearance of morphological features associated with other species, such as gills, wings, hooves, which so far appear non-functional. Subject 054, an adolescent female with suction cups covering approximately 20% of her body, was sacrificed moribund and her organs catalogued and preserved in formaldehyde for further study. 10 of the women that were pregnant at the time of exposure and the babies were born prematurely, resembling piles of grapes or jellyfish. We observed translucent skin and beating hearts with no bones. These specimens were catalogued and preserved in formaldehyde for further study. Just after 3 weeks of observation, we feel confident this project will be of great scientific value, both to the world and to Director Banner. There is no better place for study of gamma's effect on life in general and human life specifically. While it's true that these people do not live like we do, as civilized people do, it is also true they are more like us than mice or fruit flies. Second law page. Document confidential. To Castle Gamma 3.1 Oversight Committee. Number 1 of 2 copies. Name classified. MD, PhD. This is my final report. There is no longer any we. I am the only one left alive. Is there anybody reading these? Is there anybody there? Why haven't you sent someone? Why haven't you come? As previously reported, most of the men died defending the research camp. The rest of us were forced to flee into the forest. I am writing this report huddled beneath the broad green leaves of something new and nameless, hiding from giant carnivorous crabs and a malevolent colony of fire ants with collective intelligence far in excess of any man. The ants stripped their bodies and ate their flesh down to the bone, and the crabs took their time eating him, as if savoring him. Classified, classified, and classified, all fell victim to the man-eating flowers with their hypnotic pollen. We came here to learn about Gamma on biological life. Here are my findings. If you sent the entire Union army to pacify this place, it wouldn't be enough. There are insects here as big as B-2 bombers and much more deadly. There are lizards as tall as skyscrapers with high energy gamma waves for breath. Another Godzilla reference. So you telling me we've got a Godzilla in the new Ultimate Universe? Oh yeah, I definitely want to see Hulk fight that. There are things that eat those lizards for lunch. Jeez. This is not an island. This is a mouth. One that will swallow the world. There is nothing to learn here except how to die. As I write this, it occurs to me that we were a part of the experiment all along. That everything that has happened here has been a part of Director Banner's plan. We are all subjects to them. We'll never be anything more than subjects. I understand now how wrong we were to come here. To do any of this. Would do it any good now to apologize? To say, have I changed? I don't think so. But I have changed. I'm changing. Nearly 3 weeks without my radiation suit. Eating and drinking and breathing the island. I feel something strange growing inside me. I will shed my skin to become something sleek and new and blameless? Or will I become something worse than before? I am afraid. I really enjoyed these 2 pages here. Even though I prefer show, don't tell approach to writing, it really does add more to the lore of this world here, or I should say Monster Island. And it definitely adds that little question about this Hulk. If this island is full of monsters and savagery, how come the Hulk is the calmest person on this island? I think there is a valid reason to this. My theory is, the reason why Hulk has chosen to move down this monk persona, just like in Ultimate Wolverine vs. the Hulk, Bruce Banner tried to control the Hulk's savage nature, and I reckon his savage nature is probably the worst on this island, but he's doing his absolute hardest to keep it under control. Just like in Ultimate Wolverine versus Hulk, when Bruce goes into the Himalayas to find peace and control the Hulk, but for the most part it just didn't go very well, and I think that's about to repeat in issue number 6. In the next page, we go to present time in the Monster Island, and we see 2 lizards fighting each other. But then, a lightning bolt strikes down from the sky, hitting the ground, and the Ultimates have appeared. Here we see Iron Lad, Ultimate Thor, and Lady Sif. This must be it. Gamma readings are off the charts. Yes, I feel it in my skin. It reminds me of boyhood summers in Mephuselheim, says Ultimate Thor. Looks like we fried something getting here. What was it? These islands aren't supposed to have lizards much bigger than a salamander. Ugh, scientists. One of the giant-sized lizards sees the Ultimates and roars at them, preparing to attack the heroes. Masters of observation, all of you. Amazing. That thing violates the square cube laws and half a dozen others. It shouldn't exist. Don't worry, Iron Lad. We have much experience with giant serpents that should not exist. And then in the next page, we go to the aftermath of the epic battle. Like, that's really lame, Marvel. I can tell this was a Marvel editorial thing. They probably capped Dennis on a certain amount of pages. Lame move. I was expecting more of a fight. You killed it. Remind me to tell how I vanquished a dragon who sought to swallow every star in the sky. Now there was a salamander worthy of a god. Tughs. I cut open her belly and rehung the sun before the bolt of our sit-in. You didn't have to kill it. As the Ultimates continue their journey throughout Monster Island, Thor says, "Stop hovering, Sif. I am in the bloom of health. I am not hovering." And Iron Lad says, "Well, technically, your feet aren't touching the ground." And then she just gives him that look like, "Boy, don't make me hit you. I'll just save my observations for the island." This place is unbelievable. Decades of gamma exposure have produced flora and fauna here like nowhere else on Earth. Look at the size of this crab. Did you know that the distinctive crab body schema has evolved independently at least 5 separate occasions? God loves crabs. Then, Ultimate Lady Sif decides to be a party pooper and kills the crab. "Not all gods," says Lady Sif. But then we see a green hand show up and kills a mutated butterfly. Tusk, stop doing that. Everything here could be so generous. One of a kind. Every death is a potential extinction event. You misunderstand the nature of this island. It is more than merely wild. This is mad, poisoned place. A place at war with itself. Don't you feel it? It would destroy us if it could. Listen, he wiped these islands off every map and sunk a reef of radioactive battleships to make it impossible to reach them by normal means. I think he was born here." And Lady Sif asks, "Who?" "The strongest one there is, and he's hiding something," as we see this green creature continue to get close to the heroes. Everything here is completely saturated in gamma. I've never seen readings like this. I hope you two don't want kids. It is not a question of want. It is foretold. I will have children, strong and full of wrath. They will see the end of days and build the new. This creature comes from behind and stamps on Ultimate Thor's head, sends Iron Lad flying with a single punch, and sends Ultimate Lady Sif flying with a thunderclap. And Thor asks, "Who?" But our Iron Lad says, "Oh shit." And then we get to see the full reveal of this creature, and it seems to look like Abomination, perhaps? I could be wrong here because I don't see the ears, but I do see the scales and the green skin. "This one's strong," says Thor, "and ugly. Is that what you're looking for?" I don't. I don't. Quickly, decide, lad." As Iron Lad freezes up in the moment, Ultimate Thor goes on the offensive and throws 616 Mjolnir at this creature. But then, this creature straight up sponges the hit from Mjolnir and throws it back right at him. Lady Sif sees her man get violated by the abomination, so she goes on the offensive too, but to no avail, and this creature sends her flying with a single punch. But then we see Iron Lad tries to get some hits in with his blasters, but it doesn't do anything but bother the creature, and he says it barely notices. Ultimate Thor swings 616 Mjolnir up and then gives this creature, or the abomination, an uppercut with it, sending it flying into the air. I'm afraid it looks like another extinction, lad. As Ultimate Thor charges up for the final blow, somebody shouts, "Stop." And this is where we get the reveal for the new Ultimate She-Hulk. I know this is going to be very controversial on the internet for the next few weeks. I am Lajori, Giona Zakaria, protector of this atoll and everything on it. You are intruders. Stop now or accept my consequences. And Thor's like, well, she is uncommonly eloquent for a monster. And comely. Wait, we just want to talk. We mean no harm, says Iron Lad. I've heard this before. Hush now. Hush. Then we see She-Hulk attend to this abomination-looking creature and begins to sing to it. And then we see this creature revert back into its regular form. And we find out this creature was just a baby. And Ultimate Thor just looks absolutely shocked here, and I don't blame him. We got babies turning into monsters in this universe. Jeez. And Ultimate She-Hulk explains her origin to the heroes. They said they selected us for good weather and large lagoons, and our many islands for support facilities. I was a girl when they came. Little men in coats, surrounded by big men in green with guns. They offered us money and promised us houses, medicine, and protection of the world governments. They swore that once their bombs had been dropped, all of their experiments had been done, and all of their wars have been won. They would clean up after themselves, and everything would be as it was. Trust us, he said. Banner, the so-called doctor. We did not believe them, and refused. They dropped their bombs anyway, and left us to live in the fallout. An Iron Lad asks, so there are others like you? I knew it! Don't you see? This could change the balance of the world power. An incredible Hulk army. Oh yes, there are more of us. Come and see. The heroes follow Ultimate She-Hulk to her village, and here we see many people who have been mutated by the Gamma fallout. But if you look at the kid who's sitting in the wheelchair with the big brain, he is actually a direct homage to the original Ultimate Leader from Earth 1610, who debuted in Ultimate Human. Jonathan Hickman, Peach Momoko, and Brian Hill. But Hill, you get a little bit of leeway because they didn't do much with Ultimate Black Panther. This is how you do homage correctly. Take what was from the original Ultimate Universe, take the ethos of the character, and update it and put it in the new Ultimate Universe. We don't want your own bullshit ideas. We've been asking for the old Ultimate Universe to come back. Have some respect and give us homage, please. Anyway, let's continue. Here, your Hulk army, says She-Hulk, as the heroes look shocked to see how the fallout has affected these people. This is Tara. She feels everything. The most gentle breeze is agony. For her, life is pain. You want to put a gun in her hand? Holding it will be torture. This is Sorry. He cannot speak or feed himself. We think he got lost in his own big thoughts. He gives no indication that he understands or even sees us. Do you think he will be good for following orders? And She-Hulk makes an excellent point here. None of these people who live here are capable of fighting anyone or joining the Ultimates. The fallout has radically changed these people's bodies in the worst ways possible, and this is all because of director Bruce Banner, who seems to be an evil mad scientist just like how he was in the original Ultimate Universe. And you met Abram. He is the youngest, still just a baby, but when he gets upset, he ripped his own mother apart in a tantrum. He is innocent. How could he understand what he did? What will he do when he gets old enough to understand? Yeah, he's gonna be traumatized and real pissed off. We are the lucky ones, the ones who survive. All of us are sick and changed forever. Even the sand is sick here. We are afraid to have children, of what they will become. In the summer, a family needs 100 coconuts a day for drinking water, but the coconuts are contaminated. The water burns your throat. So, what are you supposed to drink? Tell me, what are we supposed to drink? God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be insensitive, but you show a level of control that Banner only achieved with years of guidance from the greatest psychologists, spiritualists, and mystics in the world. You're smart and strong like he is. Yes, the radiation kills or weakens. A few makes it strong. And there's no sense or reason to do any of it. No justice. That's what we're fighting for. I know who you are. The Ultimates. Terrorists. How? We have TV. How do you think we learned English? We need you in this war, says Iron Lad. We've suffered enough for other people's wars. This war is everyone's war, says Thor. Yours is more than most, as Lady Sif adds. What if we helped you? Maybe we can move you somewhere else? We will not leave this land, ever. This is our Lermont, our ancestral land. We would rather die here than live elsewhere. It's one of the awful contradictions of this place. The land that kills us, and that we dive to defend. And anyway, Banner wouldn't allow it. I can't lie, she looked cute in that image. How can you just do nothing after everything he's done? Doesn't it make you angry? Angry? Have you ever seen someone die of gamma poisoning, Iron Lad? It's slow, painful death, and full of confusion, rage, and change. We've seen it hundreds of times. I've watched foul mouths with crooked yellow teeth grow on my mother's body, and saw my father sprout feathers and attempt to escape into the sky. As we see all of the deformed bodies that are sick from radiation poisoning, this is also a callback and a homage to Marvel Ruin's Hulk, when he was basically just pus and cancers when he transformed into the Hulk. Every day, they would brand new people, and through, we never left their sides, not even for a moment, not even once. Still, they died completely alone, unimaginable, even to themselves. Angry? We were born into a wounded belly of the world. You can't imagine my anger. What has been done to us was an abomination. But I won't allow you to use my anger. We have been used enough. You want my strength? You want my rage? Then you'll have to pay for it. Well, I don't have the resources my father. Fix our island, make it like it was before the bombs. If you do this for us, then I will show you strength. I don't know if that's even, I mean, a massive remedication job, scrapping the topsoil off the entire island, and repeated applications of potassium and fertilizer, and tons of it, all under Banner's nose. This is my price. Fix my land. And the thing is, Tony damn well knows this is well above his league when it comes down to feats. And Lady Sif tells him, you said from the beginning you wanted to fix the world, didn't you? And Tony's like, fuck, this is gonna bite me in the ass in the future. And then we see him and Ultimate She-Hulk shake hands. But then we see someone say, no, it just won't do. Trespassing on sacred land, interfering with long-running experiments, and forging destabilizing alliances? And we find out that this is Hulk, and he's been watching the Ultimates ever since they stepped foot on the island. Assemble the immortal weapons. These Ultimates are starting to make me angry. So, that means when this storyline continues, we are going to see a new batch of Hulks that this Hulk has full control over. And now, we have only got 15 months until the return of the Maker. And that is where Ultimate issue number 3 ends. So that was Ultimate issue number 3, and I have got to say, this is probably my favorite comic again of the new Ultimate Universe. I got some good lore, I got some good explanations to what's going on surrounding this Hulk and his origin, and what his origin has done to affect other people. It really seems like Bruce Banner in this universe is going to be more like his Ultimate Universe counterpart, the more mad scientist villain, if you will. And also, Hulk being a monk does signify something. He is hiding something. And I reckon when Bruce Banner took the full blast of the explosion, he also has a savage side to his Hulk, but he's managed to find a way to master it. He went to different people across the world, psychologists, mythics and all of that, some of the best minds to be able to control the Hulk persona. Just like how he went on the same quest in Ultimate Wolverine versus the Hulk. Bruce Banner went to the Himalayas to find the monks to be able to find peace and to control the Hulk. That's something I really do like. There is homage and respect towards the original Hulk here. And Ultimate Hulk is my favorite Hulk, except for the cannibal part. Yeah, I don't really need that. But yeah, he is my favorite Hulk, and to see they are keeping attributes of him makes me very happy. We also got to see a homage to Ultimate Leader. Did not expect this to happen, and maybe this kid could possibly be a villain in the future, because right now he seems like he's out of commission, because he doesn't seem to think doesn't seem to have any recollection of who he is or where he is. So that could be something coming down in the future. And also Ultimate She-Hulk. She is different compared to either her 616 or Ultimate counterpart, but I do somewhat like the design here. The whole butch build, like the big strong build for She-Hulk, I don't really mind. Like, I've always seen it as like a power-up mode for She-Hulk. Like, she's in a regular skinny form, and then when she gets a power-up, she goes into a muscle form. Maybe I could be wrong if that's how it works in 616. But in this universe, it looks like she's naturally gonna be a butch woman. But she does look a bit cute in certain angles. Like, her face does look quite cute. So, there is that. What else was there? So the lore pages as well. I really do appreciate having those two classified document pages. They really did flush out the history on this monster island. We also got to see a kaiju-sized lizard that shoots out gamma breath. Basically, the Ultimate Universe's version, somewhat, of Godzilla, even better. So yeah, one thing I would say I didn't like about this issue, lack of fight scenes. And especially when the Ultimates went up against that giant lizard, I'm sorry, that is worth a fight scene. Especially to one that we could see. And that's also another thing. There is a lot of tell and not show, when I personally believe when writing, it should always be the other way round. Show, don't tell. But for this, it seems like there was more restrictions on how many pages this comic had. So I'm going to think this was a Marvel editorial issue. I really do think this book could have done a lot better if we had a couple more pages. So overall, I really did enjoy this issue. Not perfect, but we did get to see something new, and we also did get to see some homages to 616 Bruce and Ultimate Bruce and Hulk as well. So that is all I've really got to say for this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on this issue. Did you like it? Did you not? Do you like this new reimagining for Ultimate She-Hulk or not? You know what to do in the comments. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you were new and watched and enjoyed the video. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.